Right, question time. So we posted on Facebook for you guys to post up any questions that you guys had or maybe your kids had. So we're going to take you through all of these. Some of these are going to be pretty entertaining. Some of these are going to be pretty easy. Let's see. We'll start off with Anna Grace Teal. What was your favorite or weirdest testing memory? I guess that would be, so one time at a black belt testing, we were doing 2-on-1 sparring, so we don't get to do that very often, and this may be why. So we were doing 2-on-1 sparring. I was the one, I was sparring John Abel, who's probably like a, I don't know, 220-pound guy, and Cherry, who she was probably a 17-year-old black belt as well. Probably, I don't know, 110-pound girl. So I was sparring both of them, and then John was in front of me, so I was keeping my left leg in between me and him, trying to keep him off of me, and Cherry tried to sneak around behind me, and I threw a hook kick, hit her in the temple with my heel. Didn't hit her hard, but knocked her out. She just collapsed on the ground, and then it went from 2-on-1 to 1-on-1, which is pretty good for me, but I really thought I was going to I felt bad for her because she's my friend, but also you know, I thought I was going to no change my testing for a lack of control, but all the notes said that they talked about it was a really good hook kick. So let's see, favorite tournament memory. The ring that went to about midnight, so it was supposed to start around 7 o'clock, and then they tried to change the schedule, and it was the one time they had us competing on like form and one steps and freestyle form, board breaking, sparring, everything was all in the same ring, so everything was really backed up. It was supposed to start around 7. I think we started well after 9 o'clock, but I know we were still competing at midnight. So all of us were, but it was, you know, black belts. We were probably 4th degree or 5th degree, so it was pretty fun. We were all kind of goofing around and joking around all night, kind of delirious. So that was probably it. And then another one from Anna Grace Teal. What made you want to be a Taekwondo instructor and have your own school? Well, when I was in college for hotel restaurant management, me and my friend Ray decided, we talked about, we used to take martial arts as a kid, so we decided to get back into it. So we got back into it, we went to a bunch of different schools, and then we ended up at Mr. Griffin's school. We saw him teach, and he looked like the most in shape and the most excited instructor out of the places that we went. So that's why we joined up there, and then I just saw how much fun he had doing that as a career, and it definitely seemed more fun than what I was doing, because before that I was a cook at a restaurant. Constance Alexi, do you like teaching better online or how it normally is? I would definitely say I miss the normality of going to class and teaching everybody in person and actually high-fiving everybody and like actually do some hands-on correction, but I do love the fact that we have the technology that allows us to still connect and still teach, because some sports and some things are just shut down for right now. They're just shut down, they can't do anything. So I do love the fact that we can still see you guys, especially with the Zoom, the two-way versus the Facebook Live, where we can see you guys and interact. It's been a lot of fun doing that. So, but definitely I would like for it to get back to normal at some point, but we're gonna make the best of it. All right, Colby's question. If you could eat one food for the rest of your life, what would it be? Ooh. I mean, I don't know, that would get boring really quick. But right now, I would say the thing I eat the most is like some brisket tacos from Dickey's. If you haven't had those, they're pretty good. They're like a brisket soft taco, put a little barbecue sauce on that. But I'm sure I would get tired of anything for the rest of my life. That'd be tough. Hadassah's question, how old were you when you started martial arts, and how long have you been doing it? I was about 7 years old when I started. I took at a place in Florence. Couldn't even tell you the name of the school, but I know it was in Florence. I got to about camouflage belt. I do remember that. I went to one tournament, and they had huge trophies. Like I got a 3rd place trophy as a white belt at the 1988 Grand National. It was in Little Rock, Arkansas. That's the only tournament I went to. And that school moved from Florence to, I believe, Clinton, but we lived in Harrisville. So once it moved from Florence, we quit. We couldn't drive all the way to Clinton each time. It was just a little too far away. And then I took a little bit of Shotokan in high school at Sugar's Gym in Richland. Maybe considered in Florence. It's kind of in between the two. And then I got back into Taekwondo at 19, and I'm 39 now, so I've been doing Taekwondo with Mr. Griffin for about 20 years now. That's his next question. Do you like to swim? I can swim. I don't swim very much, so I guess I don't like it that much. Cade Frazier, 2 questions. Favorite color on a car? Favorite color on a car, that's a tough one. It really depends on what kind of car you have and what kind of car it is, because like some colors look cool on some cars, some colors don't look cool on some cars. So like on the Tundra I had, it was orange, and that was my favorite color of that vehicle. But on the Silverado, so obviously I painted that one myself, so I chose a blue, which that was my favorite color on that vehicle. But like favorite overall color on a car would be the orange on the NSX, the new NSX, which I'll never have one of those, but they're pretty amazing. And then Kate Frazier also asked favorite tournament. I think Autumn asked that same question as well. Other than like the favorite tournament memory we talked about, it would be my last tournament competing as a senior 5th degree. So that was before 6th degrees were allowed to compete, so that was going to be my last competition tournament as long as everything went well. I tested for master and passed, and then I won forms, I won sparring, I got gold in board breaking, and then I won the finale in sparring on the stage. So that was pretty good. So I ended up with 4 gold medals on that one, and it was the last one, so that was pretty cool. Moving on to the Desperate. So Eli, what was your first job? I did a grass cutting job for a little bit, but I don't know if that was before Jerry's Fish House, but the first main job I had was Jerry's Catfish House. I worked there for probably 2.5 to 3 years. I worked there with a good friend of mine, Charlie Freemeyer. He got me the job, and I met Ray Keys and Jay Keys, who I still talk to and hang out with today. But they have both moved away, but I still talk to those a good bit. If you could open a Tiger Rock anywhere in the world, where would it be? That's a good question, but I had the option when I opened this school, so I chose Brandon. So obviously I don't know about anywhere in the world, but you know, my friend Clint, he opened his in Colorado. I opened mine in Brandon because I grew up here. I like Mississippi. I have no intentions to ever move. I like living here. And then if you could teach any other sport, what would it be? I don't know. I play golf the most, but I definitely couldn't teach golf, so that's out because golf is really hard. I don't really understand it that well. Sport. Maybe paintball. I'm probably next best at paintball out of any of the sports that I play. I don't know if there's really a market for teaching that. I have no idea. I don't know. I've never really thought about teaching a different sport. Abby Rose's question: where was the very first Tiger Rock school? Ooh, it's a good question. I don't know. But I know like when I started, it wasn't even called Tiger Rock. We were a part of the ITA, which was the International Taekwondo Alliance. And Tiger Rock definitely sounds a little cleaner, a little easier. And I'm pretty sure they started in Florida, but I'm not 100% positive on that. But my school, when it opened, it was not a Tiger Rock school, it was an ITA school. And then when they changed their name, changed the company a little bit to Tiger Rock Martial Arts, which is a little better name, well, a lot better name, I think. And then what was your first car? I wish I still had that. It was actually a truck. It was a 1963 Chevy step-side pickup truck. It didn't even run when we bought it. We put in a 350 engine with a big Holley 4-barrel carburetor. You probably don't know what that is, but you can ask Kate Frazier. He can tell you what all that means. And then we put in a 4-speed on the floor as well. It was pretty fun truck. And then what was your coolest Taekwondo memory? Coolest. I don't know about coolest. I guess probably that same tournament we talked about a minute ago when we won like 4 gold medals and testing for master at the same time. And then Misty Desper, what made you decide that you wanted to open your own Taekwondo academy? Well, we already answered this one once, but basically, man, I saw how much fun Mr. Griffin had getting to teach martial arts as a living. You know, like before I worked there, I never dealt with kids at all. I had an older sister, so I never had like younger siblings that I dealt with or taught or did anything with. So I wasn't really sure how that was going to work. I didn't know if I was going to be good at teaching kids. Turns out I'm pretty decent at teaching kids. It's a lot of fun. So we love seeing all you guys. Let's see, what is the best, most rewarding things about teaching Taekwondo? I would say the transformation that you get to see in the kids and the adults as well, because I was definitely, man, I'm totally different like adult than when I was at 19 when I started. So by the time I was black belt, totally different like personality, the way I speak, how fast I speak. Some of you guys probably think I talk too fast, but like for tons of changes that you can make, mostly positive changes as well. Mike Woodson, he's a friend of mine, used to train with us in Ridgeland. He asked, how does it feel to be a silver fox? I was pretty sure I knew what this meant, but I did have to look it up. So basically it's an old person with gray hair that most people consider handsome. So hey, thanks Mike Woodson. So if you feel like that's me, then thank you. I don't know. Autumn Savage, favorite type of car? I don't know, there's still a lot of cool cars. I like cars. Probably the new Acura NSX, but I like the old NSX also, but maybe the new NSX. And Autumn Savage is, what's one message you would like to say to the class of 2020? Well, that's a good question as well. You know, I know a lot of seniors are probably sad right now because they're like missing out on the end of their school year. They're missing out on the prom, missing out on a bunch of cool stuff. But I can tell you, I'm 39 now, so I graduated in '99. I couldn't tell you anything that happened in my senior year that was cool or worthwhile or that was mind-blowing that I missed today. I don't even see many of the people that I went to high school with. I still stay in touch with a few of them on Facebook, but man, I wouldn't even worry about these small memories you're gonna miss. You're gonna have so many cool things in your life after this. You'll be fine that you missed like 2 months or 3 months of just random stuff. What made you want to start Taekwondo? I always liked martial arts. I always liked the movies. I always liked the punching and kicking aspect of it. I like sparring. Sparring is definitely the most fun thing. Favorite animal? Favorite animal that I would own, I guess, is a cat. We have 3 cats. I'm surprised one of them hadn't got in the video yet. We have 3 cats. We have Leo, Bruiser, and Hampton. And one of them's just crying right now. And then favorite animal that's not something you would own? Probably some type of snake or Komodo dragon. They're both pretty cool. Alright, if you had one wish and you could wish for anything, what would you wish? It's a good question. Well, seeing the current state of everything, I would wish like this pandemic didn't happen at all. That'd be a pretty easy one. Benjamin's question. What is your favorite movie? I'll probably say the movie Seven. It's maybe from the 90s. It's got Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman. It's really good. It's definitely not a kids movie, so don't let your kids watch it. Salem's question. What's your favorite color? It'd be orange. What's your favorite game? I assume he means at the Taekwondo school. At the favorite Taekwondo school game, I would go with battle ball. So if you guys don't know what that is, it's kind of like dodgeball. And then you got 2 sides, you're both throwing each other. But the way we do it a lot is where like you get hit, you have to do sit-ups. So it's a lot of fun. What is your favorite food? Ooh, I would say maybe like prime rib or steak. And then he speculated that my favorite food is probably carrots. Definitely not carrots. I don't remember the last time I ate a carrot. Mandy, what will you be doing in your 80s? In my 80s? Don't know, maybe golf. I'll be one of those slow old guys on the golf course that doesn't let anybody play through, because that's generally how they are. And if you were not a Taekwondo instructor or owner, what would you do? Before this, I was in restaurants, and I worked at Cracker Barrel for a few years. I worked at Hop's restaurant in Jackson for a few years, and I went to college for hotel restaurant management. So I assumed I was going to be doing restaurant stuff, but I don't miss restaurant stuff. It's a lot more fun to like punch and kick stuff and teach kids. I never really get to punch and kick anybody when I worked in restaurants. It's kind of frowned upon. But here we get to do it all the time. Get to break boards and all kind of cool stuff. So I don't know. I don't have a secondary option right now. This is it. This is what I'm going to do. But if I were not a Taekwondo instructor, I have no idea. I'd probably work at Home Depot or something. That'd be cool. That looks like a pretty easy job. But not very many perks. But I don't know. Good question. If you guys have any more, you can post them up in the comments, and I'll try to get them on the next one. Thanks.